up, Scott? Hey, if you tuning in, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment below. I won't be reading much of the comments, but I just had to go ahead and I wanted to go ahead and put up a live stream of what's going on currently. I hope everything you can hear me well. I'm testing out a new microphone. What's up, Cap? Let's see. I'm testing out a new mic for this camera. I hope the sound's coming in pretty good. Just finished watching Golden Child's live feed. I had actually gotten 2 notifications on the email. First one was a dead link, and then the second one was the actual live link. Hope everybody else who's clicking onto this just saw that, which I was like, man, that's crazy, man. Golden Child, man, sorry having to go through this, brother, but I appreciate you sharing your experience, because yeah, I wouldn't expect that. Didn't think it was that easy to take your information and actually pick up loads. I'm kind of curious what these guys took. These guys, was it Bob and Hussein? Oh man, Golden Child's coming after you. But anybody else here catch that live feed? Kuyang, I know you were there. I saw you comment in there. Luckily it ended and I started rolling after that. New Mexico heading southbound. I just finished doing sitting there for about 4 hours at the well, kind of close to the well site, and finally got another load. So far as today, I've only completed 1 whole load. They gave me a load right around 1 o'clock this morning, and I already sat there for about 5 hours. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. And for a second there, I was thinking, man, should I sleep a little bit longer? Because, you know, no, I'll take it. Luckily, I did. Because to the shipper, it was about 35 minutes. Got loaded within like 25 minutes. Made it back to the well in about an hour. And sat there for about 13 hours before they finally waved me in. It's been, these past 2 weeks have been rough, really rough. I was off a part of last week, started to think Thursday, and man, the day I come back is the day the well finishes, because out over here in New Mexico, so they've been giving us spot work in the meantime, which is like you probably saw the last 2 videos or so, I think, of me doing the spot work, but it was actually just right there in West Texas around Pecos and all that. And after that, nothing at all. For 2 days I sat there in Pecos at the Flying J. They kept, they're saying, no, the well's gonna start Sunday morning, Sunday at 10. Nope. It's going to start in the afternoon. Nothing. Okay, it'll be Monday morning. Nothing. And then Monday afternoon, we don't know. We have the loads, but we haven't been given the okay to pick them up. And I'm like, okay, well, what are y'all picking up? Picking up the sand. First he said it was going to be in Carlsbad. And I was tempted to drive from Pecos to Carlsbad to just sit there and wait. Just so I could just hit up their Walmart, because that was probably the closest decent Walmart. And luckily I didn't, because then the pickup point had been updated saying that they might be picking up in Monahans. And then that changed. Sitting here 48 hours, I am ready for a load. So finally the well is up and running, but it's been slow. It's like 1 load a day. 2 Tuesday I got that one, and then let's see, Wednesday morning I got the one I just finished earlier this afternoon because I sat there for 14 hours, which I'm glad, I'm happy about, because you know I didn't have to move the truck, but I made an extra, pretty much almost ran it like another load. After I was done with that, then I sat and waited for about 4 hours, and they just gave me a call for a load to pick up out of Kermit. Well, that's where I'm headed to now. Picking up out of Kermit, Vista Sands off of 404, and then heading back to this well. Well, how's everybody else doing tonight? I recommended you, but I don't know if it went through. I think it was Motion Detector Pro, but that is on the Android. So I don't know if you're iOS or Android, but that's the app that I used, and that works pretty good. For the iOS, I have no clue. I've tried a couple, but they never really worked the way I wanted it to. But the Motion Detector Pro was the app that I used, and it was like free of charge, and that works pretty well for it being free. After it picks up motion, it sounds an alarm for about 2 seconds, and then it resets 20 seconds after that if there's no continuous motion. So that's, and you can adjust the sensitivity, so that one works pretty good. Got it. Hey, what area are you working in right now? Oh, okay, not too bad. Pretty close. It's good. Sorry for the disconnection. I guess it's just my my hotspot kicking on and off over here between Jal and Kermit. Yeah, sorry about that. I figured since I was already south of Jal, it'd be okay, because I know west of Jal it's really bad. No, I'm moving, so it's probably my phone for sure, boss. Or not my phone, but my hotspot. Yeah, especially the well I'm going to. There's nothing out there, no bars, nothing at all. It just says no service for Verizon and AT&T off of the I forgot what highway it is. Yeah, I know, I'm trying. This well that we're going to is actually, we have Cisco coming in and helping us out. I guess we didn't have enough drivers, which I don't understand, because they were wanting us to stage in the, keep us in that Pecos area up until the well was up and ready, but for some reason they needed some couple of drivers to go do some sandbox, and like, oh well, so now that we have Cisco helping us out, we're doing like one load a day, which I don't mind. I mean, they need help. They're helping us out as long as we're able to keep the customer. But it is what it is. Yeah, patches of 285. Yeah, I know it. I actually finally went to that pilot off of 285 for the first time. The one in Orla, which is pretty much the same size as the one in Kermit. Same layout, everything. But the one in Kermit, they just eliminated about 15 parking spots. I was like, wow, it's gonna be pretty hard to find some parking in Kermit, because even the other truck stop, the Quick Kent, they're redoing their entire parking lot, so you can't park there at all. So I guess you can probably still get fuel, but that's about it. And they did lay down some blacktop close to the shipper El Dorado on both sides of the road of 302. I know, right? 3 showers, and it takes you about 4 hours to get one once you're in line. Well, now that there's less spots, hopefully the line won't be so long. But I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing for that pilot, because I know they got those water barriers to keep that U shape. I guess somebody hit that fuel pump coming through, I guess. Hey, I'm just curious, anybody in here actually email Golden Child about that position back up in May or something like that? Or April, I think, when you did the live stream? That was in East Texas when he announced that he was looking for owner ops to run up there in North Dakota. Alright, brother, where are you going? Where are you going? You passed up the entrance for High Roller, brother. Got a sandbox truck in front of me. It looked like it was going to try to pull over and make a U-turn, but I think that last road we passed up would be the road to take to get the High Roller, the shipper. The weather's good. This morning it started off hot. We were probably in the upper 90s, and I got called in. Man, I can't remember around what time. Around 1 o'clock from the staging pad to actually get hooked up. And for about 30 minutes it was hot, and then we got this crazy wind storm blow through, and we actually had hail for about 10 minutes. And then after that it was just forecast, and it was just nice upper 80s. But before that it was pretty much 100 degrees every day. 103 was probably the highest. The notification app is called, let's see, Motion Detector Pro, if that's what you're asking about. No news on that yet. It actually slipped my mind this past 2 days. I forgot to call the lady. She has not responded to my voicemail, my email. I even left a message with a coworker and haven't got anything. My guess is that they probably already have enough drivers for it, but I'll probably, if I remember, call tomorrow and see if I can get a hold of her, because the lady has not responded to anything I've any message I've left. But I'm actually kind of curious. I've never been up in Colorado, so that'd be a pretty good experience. Oh wow, in the 60s. Roger that. That sounds good right about now. So what are you doing up in Kansas? Or what are you hauling up there? So right now we're on the north side of Kermit, heading southbound on 18. Hauling chickens. Man. I was always wondering how that was. My take on African Mamba, man, that's good. I hope to do the same eventually. Hang on a second here. Where'd you hit it? Missed a driver. No, it's really good for him. I haven't talked to him lately, so I know apparently this Monday was supposed to be the first day of the driver. Either he was starting orientation, my guess, or he was going to drive. I'm 100% sure on that. I did see his last video, and I can't recall if he was just the first day was this Monday. All right, brother. Be safe. Appreciate you checking in. I'm heading to Vista, Donny. I'm about to pass up that street for the Pilot. I'll be passing up Pilot in a minute. You heading to Pilot, or you heading to Kermit right? I mean, to the Shepherd right now. For anybody else checking in right now, this is my third load of the week. It has been slow, crazy slow. Sat for 2 days at Pecos and get a load till Tuesday morning. Because Sunday is the first day of the pay period. Sat Sunday, sat Monday, then Tuesday morning finally get the call for a load. But this is the Pilot on the right hand side that eliminated like 10-15 parking spots that were directly behind the fuel pumps. I'm good on fuel. I want to get loaded first because I've had it a couple of times where I go do what I need to do before I get loaded, and then I get a call say, hey, don't get loaded. And then I missed out. I'm like, man, I could have had the load on my back and go get some detention and just head to the well. And it's busy here. Yeah, I keep saying that this is the unofficial yard for the Lindig trucks, because man, there's a bunch of them here. There's always like 10 or so every time I come by. And shout out to Tom with Lindig. I met him a couple of days ago at the well site. Yeah, but I think they're they're building something on the east side of Kermit. I know it's like an RV park, but I thought I had heard that it was going to be a truck stop right there in the corner. I don't know if anybody else knows if it's going to be both or if it's strictly just going to be an RV park. Yeah, because definitely they need another truck stop here, because either that you're forced to park on the side of the roads or on the outskirts of town. And luckily they're redoing the Kenquick parking lot, because that was rough. Oh man, before I forget, I need to get some ice. Yeah, but I'll do that on the way back. They're working on it right now. I'm just passing it up. It doesn't even look like you can drive in to go get fuel at all. Maps. Well, for sure, if you don't have Google Maps is a lifesaver for me. I've used that the whole time I've been trucking. Google Maps is the best one to go as far as finding locations, because once I get directions, I just pretty much follow it on Google Maps and use satellite. Satellite, you always have to have satellite on. That way you can see everything physically, the buildings, the structure, the trees, the wells, the roads, and all that. That helps out a lot. You know, you look at your directions, you compare it on the Google Maps, and then you pin it, hit go, and after that, it makes things a lot easier. So if you're not used to using Google Maps, I suggest you tinker with it. Make sure the settings is always on satellite mode. I'm always going to that for anything and everything almost. If I'm new to the area, if I'm looking for a grocery store, laundromat, whatever, I'm always using that. When I'm using it to find a shipper or well, you know, you can see the actual physical, but it, you know, yeah, every once in a while you run into a blank area because the picture is so old, it doesn't have the new structures on it. But it's pretty rare. Anything else I can think of? And no, nothing else comes to mind. But that is number one. I used to have a truck stop app, but Google Maps pretty much covers it. I'm always, yes. Also, depending where you fuel up, always get the Pilot for the truck stop, the Pilot, My Pilot app, and the Loves app. The My Pilot app just updated, and now you can get notified through your phone when your shower is called. Which, man, I've been asking for that for years. I mean, for as long as it's been available as an app, I was like, you can reserve one. Like once you get in a parking lot, you're at the fuel station or you're parked. You don't even have to exit your truck. Just go ahead and reserve a shower, and you're already in line without even having to check walking in the building. I love that. But now you have the option. Now you have the notifications where it lets you know. So that way you don't. If it's a long line, you don't have to wait inside the truck stop the whole time. You can sit in your truck and wait until you get notified now. Which I just got that update probably a couple hours ago, which I'm happy about. So yeah, get the Loves app and the Pilot app, and of course, you know, the cards, the reward cards for each one. Register them through the app, so that way you can. And also, I like that through the Pilot app, you can submit your. You can what's it called? Input your gas card, whether it be yours or the company's, tie it into the app, and that way you can just, instead of typing everything on the actual pump, you just enter all the information on your phone, and it's going to give you a 6-digit code, and you punch that into the fuel pump, and then it'll start. So that makes things easier at the truck stop. If anybody else has any other recommendations, go ahead and put them in the comments below, because those are pretty much the three. Google Maps I use number one, and then Pilot is the next one. Loves, I rarely use Loves. Hey, not nice. Where you going to orientation at? What's going on, African Mamba? Good to hear from you, man. Hey, I hope everything else is going great with the your new driver. I hope. Head to Vista Sands right now, picking up. I think this will be my third load of the week. It's been rocky today, this week, man. 2 weeks really. But hey, I appreciate it. Was good to meet you over there at the Pecos well. I'm running that well west of Jal. Cisco is there. Are you planning to head up there, or are you elsewhere? Yeah, when I showed up Tuesday and I saw that Cisco was also helping us with the 100 mesh runs, I was wondering if I was going to run into you there. But I couldn't remember what I knew the truck you were driving the last time I saw you was blue, so I didn't know if you were still driving that rig or switched into a KW. Oh, roger that. Oh, roger that. Well, it might be mine as well. All right, Alan Fuentes. Have a good night, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for checking in, boss. Okay. Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Then I'll probably see you there. Because lately they've been slow to get to these, to get us offloaded. It's like we go there, we wait a couple hours, like 7 hours before we actually finally unload. At least that's how it's been the past 2 loads. Where are you picking up out of? Oh, you're picking up out of Monahans, that's right. All right, well then, hell, we might run into each other there. Oh, okay. How's that? Good to hear. Yeah, same here, man. That was pretty cool. I hope you were happy with the interview, the way it went. Hopefully we can do that again. There too. Oh, okay. Heading back to the yard. Okay. Where exactly is that located? Is it east of Odessa or south or something like that? I don't know where your yard is. All right, Arthur, appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. I hope you clicked the thumbs up button. Yeah, they're pretty slow to get to us. They're like backed up. Yeah, when I got there with my second load, there was like 14 trucks ahead of me, and I sat there for 13 hours before they pulled me into the well to get hooked up to the silo. And even then, I still waited another 45 minutes because they had to empty the silo. And when I left, the one I was offloading into was like 56%, and the others were like 80 or 90% full. So yeah, it was going to be a little bit for all the other trucks that were already sitting there after I'd left to unload. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. finally getting close to the shipper. You see that all those lights on the left hand side. That is the shipper we're heading to. No, I didn't. I only met him for a short time because, like, as soon as we started talking, the Halliburton sand coordinator called me in to start hooking up to the well, so I didn't have a chance to talk to him very long. Slow down there. Is that where you're going for orientation? They got a lot of trucks in this area, but I don't know exactly how busy they are. See, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trucks ahead of us. One of them is a sandbox. Have you looked into Vista propellants? Oh, but the thing is, they're only day cab only. Never mind. Yeah, so you'd have to find a place to. But they do provide housing at some locations. Those for checking in, I appreciate y'all hitting the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. What's up, Ladai Neanderthal? Or should I say the hidden question killer? Well, I think I might have gotten this last video I dropped. I made it really hard to find. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for the support. I embarrassed you because I mentioned you got 3 shout outs on top of the new subscriber shout out. I'm waiting for your merch. Let me know when you're dropping it. Yeah, I was hoping to maybe do a live version of the how bad are the oil field roads, but the thing is, the well that I'm heading to, there's no reception at all. No, nothing for Verizon or AT&T. My cell's with Verizon. My hotspot is with AT&T, and neither one gets service out there. It's so out there in the middle of nowhere. But the lease road heading to the well takes about 30 minutes to get there, and it's only 7 miles, probably about 7 miles long. Although if I remember, once I get there today, I'll clock it on my my odometer to see exactly how long it is. But the whole reason I started the live was because I just saw Golden Child's live stream, and he was mentioning that I think 2 guys stole his DOT information and are picking up shipments under his DOT number. So he's on the hunt for a guy named Hussein and a guy named Bob. And he said he's already got him pinpointed to what state one of them is, and then also displayed the information of the other guy, Hussein, his actual phone number and address, which I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, if it's the guy's actual address and driver's license number, which man, it's pretty bold to do that, and I'm guessing they are stealing the products that they're picking up. But yeah, I didn't think that actually would happen, or that would be easy to do. Just take somebody else's DOT numbers and then get on a load board and actually get loads. And the reason he found out is because I guess the load boards or the actual receiver is calling for ETAs of, hey, when am I going to get my load? And he's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm delivering sand. I'm not picking up products. Which I'm curious what kind of products that these two guys pick up. Just like electronics and stuff like that. Yep, for sure. But if you're checking in, hey, if you could do me a favor, click the like button, please. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Yep, this is my third load of the week. Been very slow. But I'm happy that this well has just started, but the pace is not what I was expecting. I was expecting to do 2 or 3 a day since the well started Tuesday. And right now it's just been 1. Right? A whole trailer load full of Tyson frozen chicken or something. What's up, Bobby? Okay, that's good. You know, I never really had luck down there. It's like I would go there, it'd be busy for 2 days, and then it would be dead, and I'd be sitting there for 17 hours and say, hey, do you want to go back to East Texas? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I said, we'll pay your deadhead. And all right, that's my last 2 experiences heading down to South Texas to help out have been like that. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I've heard sandboxes really picked up down there. I had a buddy who was with, oh man, what is their name? It started with a B. BAR something. Oilfield Services. Well, they were doing pneumatic, and then all of a sudden, their main customer went to sandboxes. And man, that really screwed them up, because then I think they've either done everybody as a sandbox driver. I'm trying to Barrio or something like that. Barrio Oilfield Services, something like that. Barco. There you go. Barco. Yes. So they all went sandbox. I know Slumberjay was down there doing converting, I guess, their wells to sandbox, but they were still doing the pneumatic bottom drop for some of the wells, which I was hoping to nab one of those trailers, because Slumberjay auctioned off about 40 trailers earlier this month, and I wasn't able to get one of those. But yeah, talking about 1 year old, 2 years old trailers going for 46, 48,000, which retail would have probably went for close to 55 or so. Then with taxes, yeah, you probably another 5,000 on top of that. But yeah, I heard sandbox is picking up over there in South Texas. If you don't mind me asking, Bobby, who are you driving for? Oh, okay. So did all those trailers come from the south end? Because I know I ran a well a couple of months back, I think near Kennedy, Texas, and the well I went to, y'all had a yard at the very back of the well that had, man, y'all had like about 30 trucks, like completely trucks and trailers just sitting there. And I was wondering like why y'all had so many, if y'all were planning to do a big hire on and stuff like that. But I noticed near what is that? Man, I can't remember the town. A lot of the drivers were pretty much, because everything was day cab. You know, y'all had the hotels right there off the freeway, pretty much all booked up because y'all had the flatbeds. Back then, y'all had the flatbeds. I don't know if y'all still have the flatbed or y'all converted them to an actual chassis for the sandbox. And then y'all still had the pneumatic trailers. But yeah, a lot of the pneumatic trailers that PLNS had were being auctioned. They were in really good condition. I just 14 for about 15K. Wow. Huh. That's a really good price. Say La Diet Neanderthal, what do you haul? Where exactly? If you're still here. Oh my goodness. I didn't know they have filters on these things. Sorry guys, just noticed something. Thought I'd tinker with it for a little bit. Let's see, what lane are we going to? Lane 1. So here when you park at the rack, you have a kiosk, which is a little computer right here on the left hand side where you get out and you have to put in your information. As soon as you get out, I always just tell the guy 1 or 2 hoppers, so that way he can just go ahead and start on that first before I start putting in my numbers into the computer. And it's just basically asking what the PO number is, what your truck number is, what company you're driving for, what's your name. There's going to be 1 or 2 drops. So we're going to be picking up 4070. CB channel here is 23. There's a PMI truck on the left hand side, 2 lanes over. Preferred material, something, I think ink. They always have nice trucks. Usually around this time, that's what I'm doing now. I'm filling out paperwork, filling out my ticket book, entering my load number, and my truck information, my trailer information, my name, and then the shipper, and then the customer I'm picking up for, the shipper, the city of the shipper, and the well, the name of the well I'm taking it to, and the city that's closest to really for that well, and the commodity, which in this case it's 4070. And at the bottom it's the appointment time, when I actually arrived, when I actually departed, and to the right of that there's like loading notes, anything like shipper out of sand, or a long line of trucks waiting, things like that, or late dispatch. When they called you, it was already an hour after the appointment time, so you were going to be late regardless. So things like that. And at the very bottom, it's the same information for at the well, when you got to the well, when the appointment time was at the well, what time you got there, and what time you departed, and also notes as well. Alright, he's moving up. Now I can scan my ticket. Or almost, not yet. It hasn't cleared on the kiosk. the second hopper, or last hopper. Alright, they're done loading me. I'm just waiting for the go ahead. Alright. Now we're just going to pull up to the next kiosk. Which is at this yellow pole on the left. Scan my ticket. Done. So once you scan your the ticket, so you got to do a touch screen signature, and then it prints out 2 BOLs. And if you need more than that, you can reach the guy on the TV radio. That way he can send you another copy, because some companies require 3. Really dislike these narrow spaces. So easy to clip your mirror here. Alright, we got our hatches closed. So here they require you to step out of the truck while they're closing the hatches. Finished filling out my paperwork so far today. Let's see, our tare weight was 29,860. The net that was loaded was 45,840. So our gross is 75,700. So our original appointment time was 11 o'clock yesterday. We got here just after midnight. We're leaving just before 1 o'clock. Our appointment time at the well is at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a huge gap because it takes about a little over an hour and a half to get to the well site. I'll probably just head out to the pilot real quick and see how the shower line is. I got my paperwork filled out, but now I got to submit it to the app. So I got to tell them I'm departing. Fill out my trailer number, a bill of lading number that was given to me here at Vista Sands. And the net weight, which was 45,840. The ETA date, which is 8/30/18, and ETA, which I'll just go ahead and put 2 hours from now. We have up until 5 a.m. anyway. And the ticket number, which is the number associated with the ticket book that I just filled out. And send that, and we're good to go. Got that filled out, that's filled out. Alright, we're loaded with 4070. Vista truck on the right hand side. I'm passing up as 2 drivers, so somebody's in training. keep in mind when you're driving down roads like this. You gotta be ready just in case you see a cow on the road. I've seen that once before. A couple of weeks ago, it was actually a calf. He wasn't in the middle of the road, but he was on the side, and I was like, all right, it wasn't one of those open range roads, which you will see out here in New Mexico. This was, they somehow got out. Because I knew both sides of the road were barbed wired. There are certain sections that I've seen in west of Jal where you're driving down the road and it's an actual paved road like this, and you're driving over a cattle garden and it's just an open range. flashing lights up ahead. Looks like one, two, the third one's just showing up. Oh man. Alright, there's a truck, there's a semi-truck involved. Oh, pneumatic truck, trailer. I see another four-wheeler involved. It looks like an SUV from here. Alright, cool. Just want to make sure. Alright, cool. Let me pass. Alright. Must have had a fire or something. They're hosing something down. A leak, maybe? Hazmat? Oh. Ambulance is on the scene. Fire truck. Spraying down the drive axle though. out the pilot. Alright. Might actually have a spot. Okay. He's gonna get it. That's fine. I need to get to the field anyway. If you see up ahead, those are the spots I was talking about earlier. All that used to be parking, truck parking. Yep. This lane is open. Alright guys. Go ahead and end the stream right here. Just want to say thanks for tagging along. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to comment below, or if you're doing this on the replay as well, send me an email or comment below. Email's htowntrucker1@gmail.com. And thanks for tagging along. I was planning to probably do it again heading to the well, but thing is, reception is so bad west of Jal. There's like a dead zone for about 10 miles, and then once I get to the lease road, I was hoping to do a live stream of the actual How Bad Are the Oilfield Roads episode. But yeah, my Verizon and AT&T have no signal out there in the middle of nowhere where I'm going to, so I'll have to post that, make an edit video or something like that, and show you that one, because that one's a long drive, and the conditions they're okay, but the thing is, it's so long. It's just a little rough. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you again. Thank you for watching, subscribing. Don't forget to click the thumbs up before you go. And y'all take care, be safe, keep your head up, keep grinding, and I'll see you in the next video.